Where's the mic? Yeah, it's here. Oh, I think this one, the clicker. I think I'm gonna skip the presentation.
Okay, hi everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the role of technology in making justice accessible for all. So I'm going to start off with, imagine this. You're being wrongfully dismissed from a job, or you're dealing with an unfair contract dispute. You know you have rights, but you don't know where to start. Lawyers are expensive, legal processes are confusing, and most of all, courts are packed with cases. For millions of people, this isn't a hypothetical situation. It's reality. Justice in theory should be fair and accessible to all. But in practice, systematic barriers prevent that and make it very difficult for some people. This raises an important question. How can justice truly be fair and accessible to all, regardless of someone's background, financial situation, or even level of education? Well, one promising answer lies in technology. Technology has the power to break down barriers, simplify legal processes, and make justice more accessible. But obviously, like any tool, it must be used carefully, because if this is implemented poorly, it could create new inequalities instead of solving old ones. Now you might ask, why am I interested in this topic? Well, my interest in this topic came with conversations with my sister. She studies law. She told me about the inefficiencies in the legal system. She told me how there's overwhelming caseloads, lack of resources, and a complexity of navigating legal procedures. Some of the biggest problems courts go through, even today, is that they're so packed, which leads to such long wait times, which even in some cases take over 1 year to reach a verdict itself. Now, tell me, is that justice? I don't think so. Also, she told me about how some people don't even know the legal options available to them. They don't know that they can challenge an unfair work dismissal, or even receive legal aid. And even when they do, hiring a lawyer is so expensive, which makes justice a privilege rather than a right. And obviously, the justice system also comes with systematic inequalities. People who need justice the most, marginalized communities, refugees, or even low-income individuals, are the least able to access it. This isn't just about money, but also geography, education, and culture. Let me simplify it. For example, someone living in a remote area away from the court might find it hard to file legal paperwork. Language barriers is another issue. Most legal documents are written in complicated legal jargon, which so many people find hard to understand. Native speakers struggle to understand it, let alone non-native speakers, or even people with limited education. Which tells me this. People with limited education in these communities are having such a deep mistrust in the legal system due to historical discrimination. Also, due to this historical discrimination, some people do not even attempt to seek legal help because they're like, oh, I won't be treated fairly. Why would they treat someone like me fairly when I'm in their country, or I am somehow, my worth is less than them? So this tells me the question again. How can technology actually make the justice system efficient and accessible? Technology has already transformed industries like the healthcare, education, and finance. So this tells me, why not the legal system? Well, the legal system is, instead of hiring an expensive lawyer, imagine going to a website or an app that just gives you step-by-step guide on how to fill legal paperwork. Wouldn't that be so much easier? But obviously, we are in 2025. So they do have some websites that give you free legal advice as well as document templates, which makes it very easy for some people to defend themselves in court. A great example of this is Do Not Pay. This is an AI-powered chatbot that helps users challenge parking fines, bank fees, and even contract disputes. What makes Do Not Pay remarkable is its high success rate. It has won over hundreds and thousands of cases, allowing users to save over millions of dollars in legal fees. But obviously, beyond financial savings, this gives power back to those individuals who thought their worth wasn't enough, allowing them to navigate these legal disputes without needing to understand such complicated legal jargon. In some US states, AI tools are being used for tenants who are facing eviction. And you know the feeling. You're being forced out of your home. Well, obviously no one would like that. But imagine an AI-powered chatbot just generates those documents for you, allowing you to stay in your home without needing a lawyer. That is pretty awesome, if I would say so. But obviously, this shouldn't replace legal professionals. They have worked a lot to get into this field. I'm not just going to eliminate them because we have AI and technology. But it also gives those individuals a chance in a system that feels rigged against them. Technology is also transforming courtrooms. Virtual courts are when people are able to attend these hearings remotely, like reducing costs and travel burden on those people. And this is especially important for those people who have jobs which they can't leave or live very far away from the court. During the COVID-19, the idea of this virtual court became so popular that it was increased so much. And the result? These types of cases were being processed so efficiently that massive cases were being lowered a lot. And in addition, AI is being used to prioritize the urgent cases, the ones who need more help, rather than just companies' problem. Because some people really do need it. So they can prioritize the urgent cases and also clear backlogs. Well, this is some of my primary research, but I learned in India that AI is being used to summarize these legal cases, allowing them to be processed much more quicker. By implementing these solutions, technology could make legal assistance more affordable, efficient, and accessible, ensuring that people can engage with the legal system in an informed and empowered way. But while technology has great potential, it also comes with serious risks. If not used properly, these innovations could create new barriers instead of old ones. Legal cases contain, one of the biggest problems is privacy and security. Legal cases contain really sensitive information. For example, divorces, confidential client information, or whatever. You don't want it to get leaked, do you? I don't think you want that. So if these online legal platforms aren't secure, they're obviously going to get leaked or misused. An example of that is in 2020. A major law firm in the US had a cyber attack. It revealed all of their confidential client information, which obviously resulted in the client firing them, but also proves how risky it can be digitalizing these legal systems. My third issue is AI bias and fairness. AI is only fair as the data it's trained on. If the data contains biases, it could create an unfair decision. A major example of this is Compass, a US algorithm used to see if defendants would be most likely to reoffend. And studies have shown that this system disproportionately labels those Black defendants as high risk, even if they have similar criminal charges as a white defendant who is labeled as low risk. Now, AI could actually reinforce discrimination now instead of eliminate it. Another challenge is the digital divide. Not everyone has access to the internet or even knows how to work a computer. So, if these legal processes move entirely online, those people with no access to the internet, or even those who do not even have the skills or the knowledge about it could be left behind, which means instead of increasing accessibility, we're decreasing it and excluding those who need it more than us, which just removes the entire point of increasing accessibility and being fair. I want to tell you about a debate that's going on recently. It's quite controversial, if I must say so. It's that if AI should replace human judges. I think it shouldn't. Because the thing is, there are some countries like Brazil who are saying that AI should be used for the routine cases. Those are typically safer than complex ones. AI could make it process information faster, reduce court delays, or even ensuring quicker resolutions. But again, this raises another key question. Should AI have the power to decide legal outcome? There are several problems with this. First of all, AI lacks human judgment. A judge just doesn't just look at the law book and go, okay, you're sentenced to this, you're that. It also considers the moral and ethical side of a case. But AI can be typically biased if the system it is trained on is biased. It could reinforce existing inequalities. AI struggles with complexity. What happens when a case isn't just black and white? What if it's a wider range of that? Or more different? Well, AI can't do anything about it. It's not that it doesn't understand, but we as humans have a deeper understanding of things like context, morality, or even emotion. This is why, even if AI assists lawyers, human judges should always have the final say. So how do we move forward? The key is balance. The efficiency of technology, human judgment. Use those together. AI can assist lawyers, but not replace them. Online platforms should give basic legal advice, but legal professionals should handle those complex cases, which aren't always black and white. Virtual courts should increase for those who need them, but traditional courts should remain for those who don't. We should also invest in regulations and ethical framework to prevent AI bias. Governments and legal institutions should develop guidelines to ensure that AI is accountable, safe, fair, and efficient. And privacy protection should also strengthen, because like I said before, a cyber attack could really make a big impact. With the right safeguards, we can use technology to create a legal system which is more efficient and accessible. Justice, like I said before, should not be a privilege. It should be a right. By using technology responsibly, we can move towards a legal system where fairness isn't just an ideal, it's a reality. So, the future of justice isn't how we use laws and courts. It's about how we use technology to create a system that is fair and accessible to all. Thank you.